All right, welcome back to the Explainer. Today we're tackling a real game changer for anyone using Claude Code, permissions and tool allow lists. If you're seriously integrating AI into your dev workflow, you absolutely have to know how to control its autonomy. It's not just about security, it's about speed. So let's jump right in.
So, picture this. You've got Claude set up, but you're hitting dozens of interruptions every single hour. Literally every time the AI tries to run a basic shell command or write a file, you're stuck on what I call the approval treadmill. Just clicking confirm, confirm, confirm. It completely wrecks your flow state, right? It kind of defeats the whole purpose of having an autonomous assistant. But what if we could actually fix that in about 2 minutes?
Well, that brings us to our key stat for the day. 3. Just 3. We're talking about one single settings file and exactly 3 simple arrays. You've got allow, you've got deny, and that's the whole shebang, nothing else. By just setting up these 3 lists, you can instantly flip your workflow from those endless, annoying interruptions directly into smooth, pre-approved autonomy. Now, the way this security gateway actually works is through an absolute strict visual hierarchy. It's super simple to grasp. Your deny rules, they fire first, unconditionally. If a command matches, it's blocked. No questions asked. Next up are your allow rules, which grant silent auto-approval, perfect for things like linting or running tests. And then anything that doesn't fall into those 2 buckets just drops down to the 3rd tier, which will prompt you based on whatever overall mode you happen to be in. And honestly, setting this up is incredibly straightforward. You're just using simple text strings, stuff like bash npm run test or read for a specific file path. You just pop these right into a standard settings.json file. The cool part is you can drop this file at the project level, inside a .cloud folder, to keep your whole team on the exact same page. Or you can just stick it globally in your home directory to set up your own personal defaults.
Let's ground this with a real-world example. Say you're a React developer doing some heavy refactoring. On one hand, you can set an allow rule for your routine tests in linting. That gives you incredibly fast iteration with literally 0 prompts. But on the flip side, you want a hard checkpoint for security, right? So you set a deny rule for any dependency installations. If Claude suddenly tries to run an npm install for a random package, boom, it's instantly blocked and forces you to step in manually. It gives you the absolute perfect balance of speed and safety.
Beyond the allow lists, you also have total control over the baseline behavior using 4 distinct permission modes. First, there's default, which, as you'd guess, prompts you before most tool uses. Then there's acceptEdits. This one's awesome. It silently approves file reads and writes, but still pauses for shell commands, making it ideal for deep refactoring sessions. On the more restrictive side, don't ask entirely blocks tool execution, locking Claude into a read-only auditing mode. And finally, bypass permissions. This one silently approves literally everything, but hear me loud and clear on this. You should only ever use this in isolated CI containers. Speaking of CI pipelines, I need to give you a really critical warning here. If you're running in headless environments, you must absolutely avoid using the flag dangerously skip permissions. The name is a pretty big hint, right? What happens is it triggers an interactive consent dialog, but since you're headless without a TTY, your pipeline is just going to freeze indefinitely. It's a massive headache, so always rely on the explicit permission mode flag instead. So what does this all mean? Well, here is your key takeaway for today. Permissions and tool allow lists are absolutely not just some optional hardening step you can get to later. They are literally the dividing line between a genuinely useful autonomous Claude Code workflow and a ridiculously frustrating approval treadmill. You have to clearly define what Claude can do freely, what it must absolutely never do, and then just let the system handle the rest. So I'll leave you with this. Who is really driving your development environment right now? Is it you, or is it just the default settings of your AI? Taking control of these allow lists means taking your productivity back. If you're ready to get this configured right and avoid the common pitfalls we just talked about, grab the Claude Master ebook. It's got 3 fully worked examples waiting for you at claudemaster.net. Take control of your workflow, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.